as a National Honor Society project at Sioux City East High School has helped area first responders. We're going to talk more about it tonight. Here's what's happening here. These sensory kits were designed to improve the relationship between first responders and individuals that have sensory issues. So the kits are filled with earphones and sunglasses to help mitigate audio or visual overstimulation. And there are also pictographs in English as well as in Spanish and a whiteboard with dry erase markers that would allow individuals to better communicate with first responders.
I mean, we can imagine if EMS is showing up, it's probably a stressful, kind of overstimulating environment. And so these bags really are designed to help provide a little bit of calm and reduce the stress of the individual that the EMS is providing services for.
And we're going to have a closer look at the way the program all started and how local law enforcement has really used the kits to help each and every single day. We're going to have the story for you tomorrow night. Make sure and tune in on News 4. Well,